Hello again, math analysis students. I'd like to take some time and finish up the video, the one I started before on this practice quiz. I was working on this and number 6A, I gave it to you twice. And I know in class some of you got it, some of you didn't quite get it. So let me go over it again. And I trust this will serve to solidify it in your minds. We've got 8x cubed plus 125. You can probably see that it's potentially the sum of two cubes. Since 2 cubed is 8, so you try to put it in a form where you have 1 cubed plus another cube. And once you can express it like that, then there's a pattern that you use to factor this. So here's the question. What cubed would give me 8x cubed? Well, we know 2 cubed is 8, and of course x goes with it, and that would be x cubed, would give us the 8x cubed. What does this mean? This just means 2x times 2x times 2x. 2x times 2x times 2x. And so that's 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. And then x times x times x gives you x cubed. So that's what this is. 2x all cubed. And it should be cubed. It looks like times 3, but it should be cubed. All right? Let me make it a little bit clearer here. Thought I could. Let's see. I'm sure I can. Oh, not quite. Well, not able to get it to look like an exponent, but it should be 2x cubed. Over here, you've got to figure out what cubed would give you 125, and it's 5 cubed because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So this is your pattern now that you've got it in, where we're going to use a cubed plus b cubed, and this is the pattern for factoring this sum of two cubes. We have a binomial times a trinomial. A binomial is always going to be the a plus b. So whatever is here is going to go here. A goes there. That's this plus b. Similarly, for factoring this sum of cube, we're going to have a binomial where this is the a. So this will be 2x for the a plus b, and the b here is just the same as we have it here, so this will be plus 5. The trinomial in the template will be whatever is here squared, so it's going to be a squared. Over here, I think I skipped this step in class, I'm going to put it in here. The a is 2x, so what should go here, which is 2x all squared. Then minus, should put the minus here, minus the product of these two, a times b. So over here in the trinomial, it's going to be minus a times b, and it's going to be 2x times 5, which would be 2x times 5 is 10x. And finally, for the template, it will be plus b squared. And b here is 5, so it's going to be plus 5 squared. All right, and this can be rewritten as 2x plus 5. That's the a plus b part. And the second part is going to be 2x all squared which would be 2x times 2x, that's 4x squared, minus 10x, and the 5 squared is 25. So that would be the way to factor this sum of two cubes we've got here. I want to encourage you to just go back and practice it yourself, or go to the book and look at maybe at least two odds of this type, and just go ahead and do them yourself. Let's go forward. This is the same, so you could maybe practice that by yourself without looking back. And then this one we did in class, but there's somewhat of a confusion for some people here. It says factor the perfect square trinomial. So it's a perfect square trinomial, and here is the pattern for this. If we've got, well, let me put it this way. If we've got a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, this can be factored into a plus b times a plus b. You can see that when you FOIL this out, you're going to get this over here. So therefore, this trinomial, if we can put it in this form, then we'll be able to find the factors. Let's look carefully, step by step, how we could do it. This 25x squared can be expressed as a squared as follows. 5x all squared is the same as 25x squared, right? The middle term, since it's all plus, I'm just going to use plus. Middle term is going to be 2 times a times b. Now I trust you see this is the a, so it's going to be 2 times 5x, which is the a, and times b. In this case, b would be the 1. Whatever is here, b would be the square root of that. If we had 9 here, for example, then the b would be 3. If we had 16 here, then the b would be square root of 16, which is 4. But since we have 1, and the square root of 1 is 1, and then plus b squared, since b is 1, then b squared would be 1, or 1 squared. So now you look carefully at it, and you say, okay, the a is 5x, the b is 1, and so if I take this trinomial in this form to factor it, I'm going to get a binomial times a binomial that looks like this, a plus b times a plus b. So here it comes, it's going to be equal to a, which is 5x, plus b, and the b is, as I said, it's going to be 1, times 5x plus 1. So in short form, it would be 5x plus 1 all squared. All right. These we did, this one we did in class, this one we did in class. But let's just go ahead, maybe just finish off with this one. Here, it's good to factor this trinomial, and this trinomial factors into x minus 3 times x plus 1. Okay, so when we look for the LCD, we find we have a denominator of x minus 3. X minus 3 is already here. X plus 1 is here. So the LCD, let me write it here. The LCD is x minus 3 times x plus 1. So what we do is we multiply the numerator, which is all this. Sorry, numerator is this, 1 over x plus 1 by the LCD, and I'm going to do right here 1 over x plus 1 times the LCD, which is x minus 3 times x plus 1, understood to be over 1. Denominator is going to be multiplied by the same thing, 1 over, instead of x squared minus 2x minus 3, I'm going to write it in the factored form, x minus 3 times x plus 1 plus 1 over x minus 3, and then times now the LCD, which is x minus 3 times x plus 1. So I'm going to take this LCD and multiply it by the 1 over 1 plus x. So this becomes 1 over x plus 1 times the LCD, which is going to be x minus 3 times x plus 1. Let's just work this out first. The x plus 1 will cancel the x plus 1. So what survives from this part is going to be x minus 3. Okay, so we'll come back to that. That's in the numerator. And the denominator is going to be a bit more complex. We're going to have to multiply the x minus 3 times x plus 1 times this term first. And it's going to be fairly easy because when we do it, I want to do it right here. 1 over x minus 3 times x plus 1 times the LCD, which is x minus 3 times x plus 1, understood to be over 1. This is a times here, so x minus 3 will cancel x minus 3, 1, 1, and x plus 1 will cancel x plus 1, 1, 1 like this. So we end up with a 1, 1 times 1 times 1 over 1 times 1 times 1, that is 1. Okay, so what do we have? The denominator, we have a 1 here, and in the numerator we have an x minus 3. Let me just write it so I don't forget, x minus 3. And we have one more thing to do. We have to multiply this x minus 3 times x plus 1 times this fraction here. Okay, so I'm going to do that right here. 1 over x minus 3 times the LCD, which is x minus 3 times x plus 1. X minus 3 will cancel, and what will be left will be x plus 1. So this term here, we get a plus x plus 1. So in the numerator we have x minus 3. The denominator, when I remove the parentheses, understood to be a 1 out here, we have 1 plus, when we distribute through by 1, we get 1 times x is x, 1 times 1 is 1. So when we work it out, 1 plus 1 is 2. So the answer is going to be x minus 3 over x plus 2. So that will take care of this one. I trust this one, you're fine with it. And I want to encourage you to just go back and work whatever you need to work, rework, some practice, and I trust God will guide you into doing your best. All right, bye-bye now.